Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. I'm super excited to have you all here today. We have a great presentation planned, a ton of content to get through, and an amazing guest speaker on, which we're so honored to have with us. So thank you all for joining. Excited to get started here. While we give folks just another second to hop on and get situated, I want to make sure that all our attendees are able to use the question box feature in the GoToWebinar panel. So that's essentially going to be your chat feature for the day. Even though you won't be able to chat with other attendees, all of the questions that you put in there or anything you put into that question box, I'll be able to see throughout the webinar. So if you want to just give me a shout, say hello in that question box, I'll call out some of the people on this call today. Just let me know where you're calling in from. One of these most beautiful things about these webinars is it connects folks from all different corners of the world to be here together for this presentation. So go ahead and let me know where you're calling in from today. For example, I'm based in Boston, Mass, and our guest speaker today, Jenna, you're based in LA, right?
Yes, LA.
Beautiful. Probably a lot better weather there than we're having right here right now. I feel like every time I do these webinars, it's always like classic Boston weather and overcast. Let's see, we got a few folks chatting in right now. We have Rick calling in and we have Rick calling in. We have Andre from Chattanooga, Danita from Naples, Florida, Drew from Ohio, Maximus from Oregon, Jennifer from Nashville, Rachel from Rome, New York, Pat from Tampa, Jacinda from San Antonio, Texas, Maria from West Palm, Florida. We have Martha from Athens, Georgia, Laureen from Waco, Texas. Patty says hello from sunny Central Florida. Linda says hello from San Diego, California. Nicole from Wisconsin, Christina from New York, Sarah from North Carolina, Stephanie from Ontario, Canada, welcome. Peter from Seattle, tons of responses coming in. I wish I could call out every single one of you. Thanks for participating. But again, I just want to make sure that we're all able to use that. So thanks for chatting that in and just saying hello. It's one of the beautiful things from these webinars. So with that, we'll get started with a couple of housekeeping items for today's presentation. As I mentioned, I put a group message out to all of the attendees, but just in case you did not see that, please take note that everything in this webinar will be recorded. This webinar will be recorded. You don't have to worry about taking notes or anything like that. You'll get a copy of the presentation along with the recording in your inbox later today, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Also, this is a good time to mention that if you ever miss any of the webinar content, know that all of our webinar recordings are easily found on the Local IQ and WordStream YouTube channels. So if you want to catch up on anything you missed, definitely check those out there. Just go on to YouTube, type in Local IQ or WordStream, click on the channel, and you'll find all our webinar recordings there. Also, be sure to submit your questions for the Q&A at the end. That's why I made sure that I had you all try out using the question box, because I want you to feel comfortable adding your questions in throughout and save some for the end. If you've attended any of our past webinars, you know that these sessions with the Q&A are a really unique experience where it's almost like you can get your questions answered in a one-on-one setting. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and talk through who Local IQ is. I just want to get us all on the same page as to why we're all here today, what Local IQ is, what we offer. So some of you might be totally new to Local IQ, and welcome. Some of you might be already working with us, and that's great too. And some of you might be working with or familiar with our sister brands, WordStream and Reach Local. So for everyone on this call, I just want to get us on the same page that Local IQ is a fully integrated growth marketing platform that marries innovative technology and unparalleled expertise to give your business the tools it needs to thrive and prosper in digital marketing. So how exactly do we do that? Well, technology is at our core. Our platform runs on proprietary AI optimized technology informed by over 1 million Local IQ campaigns that you truly can't find anywhere else. Also, we give you tools at your fingertips to put time back into your day so you save time doing any of the menial tasks of marketing and can focus more on running your business with these tools that save you some time and make it a little bit easier. And then we also have been in the digital marketing game for well over 15 years. Actually, we need to update that, probably more like 16 to 17 now. And if you think of the age of digital marketing, it's really not much older than that. So we've been through it all. We've been through all the landscape and platform changes, and we're here to tell that story. So a little bit about me, your facilitator and speaker for today, and your webinar host. My name is Susie. It's wonderful to meet you all. I'm a senior content marketing specialist over at Local IQ, where I write educational content on everything under the digital marketing sun, from SEO to display ads to PPC to email and everything in between. I write for the WordStream and Local IQ blogs. And how I got into this role was I formerly was a digital marketing consultant over at WordStream, where I was coaching businesses like many of the folks on this call through the day-to-day best practices on major platforms like Facebook ads, Google ads, and so on. So I took that real life experience to apply to the educational content that I write today. Like I mentioned earlier, fun fact about me is I'm based in Boston, Mass, and I actually just moved to Salem, Massachusetts. It's a super busy time of year, as you can imagine, because it's the home of the Salem witch trials. So Halloween is already gearing up around here. In fact, if anyone is familiar with the movie Hocus Pocus, I actually live now down the street from the house that was in the movie because it was shot on location. So it's a little fun fact about me. You can find me on LinkedIn and Twitter. I do share out any important platform updates and articles and so on. And with that, I'm going to toss it over to our guest speaker for today, Jenna, to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. So nice to meet you. My name is Jenna. I'm here from Google. I've been at Google for about 5 years now, working with both on the client side and on the agency side, basically helping scale our products to clients and agencies through scaled enablement. Prior to my life at Google, I was actually an account executive on Wall Street, so a very different life. And then fun fact about me is that I actually went to culinary school while I was working on Wall Street, and I'm a trained chef. And yeah, I'm based in LA.
I've done a few of these webinars with you, and I don't think I ever knew that you were a chef. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So with that, I do want to dive into something that we're really proud of and excited to share here at Local IQ. We are a premier partner with all the major advertising platforms. Now, this isn't just given to any marketing platform out there. We have to meet a rigorous set of requirements that includes maintaining and meeting campaign success for all of our customers, demonstrating thought leadership and expertise within the digital marketing space, and again, hitting a few different requirements, certifications, and so on to maintain and achieve these partnership statuses. So we're really excited about that. And Jenna, I think you also have a few mentions on that as well, so I'll toss it to you.
Yeah, so we actually revamped our Premier Partner program a few years ago and made it even more exclusive. So it's really an honor to have Local IQ in the program. It's basically the top 3% of partners. And in order for Local IQ to be a premier partner, they must have strong performance for their customer, be up to date on certifications with Google and product updates, some of which I'm touching on today. They also need to make sure they're hitting certain client growth and retention goals and make sure they're using a breadth of our products. So think search, Performance Max, YouTube, and more, which you'll hear more about today. If we go to the next slide, this is a view of the benefits of being a premier partner that's also passed down to their clients. So this includes education and insights, support, one-on-one account support for specific accounts, meaning that there will be a Google rep assigned to your account specifically that will work through Local IQ and you, support with technical issues, and then they get recognition and rewards for some of their really outstanding work.
Thank you, Jenna. We're so proud of that and excited to share that with everyone on this call today. And one last housekeeping note, and this is important because I get a lot of questions coming in about where can you learn more about Local IQ and WordStream? Where can you learn more about the topics that we cover here? I'll be honest, this hour is going to fly by. So if you ever need to spend a little bit more time with anything we cover, be sure to check out the Local IQ and WordStream blogs on our site. We cover everything that we cover in these webinars in depth on there. Also, if you want to join more of these webinars in future or just stay up to date with platform updates, industry news, and so on, definitely follow us on social media. You can find Local IQ on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X as we call it now, and YouTube. And then again, on WordStream, you can find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, Facebook, and YouTube as well. And just a reminder, those are our YouTube channels. So if you want to find the webinar recording on there, you can do that as well. So what we're going to cover today is we're just going to do a quick warm up of like how the digital marketing landscape has evolved for Facebook and Google. Then we'll go through some search updates and some updates from Google, as well as some not search updates, so updates for other types of channels, either within the Google or Facebook platforms. And then we'll also dig into a few key takeaways and the Q&A session. So for everyone on this call, if you've attended any of our last webinars, you know I love to keep our audience on their toes and just warm you up with a quick pop quiz. So type into that question box. Let me know what change to search or social has impacted your business the most this year. Is there any specific platform update or change that you've seen that has made you concerned or that you've tried out and you've seen success? We just want to do a quick pulse check. I'll call out some of the answers here, but it's just really good to be able to see, you know, just get a feel for how you're feeling about all these different platform updates and so on. And we have a ton of responses already coming in, so definitely type in there and I'll call out some of these answers here. We have a few folks saying they don't even know where to start, can't even keep track of them. That's totally fine, understandable as well. Mandy says Google's AI answers, or as other folks might know them as AI overviews. Definitely a big update this year that is changing the search space. Mark has mentioned inventory specific ads. Pat mentioned AI and automation, especially with Performance Max campaigns. Definitely understandable. Lori says changes to tracking. Definitely have been a lot of changes there as well. Sarah says Google Ads is getting kind of confusing when it comes to conversion tracking. Definitely understandable. Brian said SGE, we're actually going to touch on this today, search generative experience and how it impacts PPC and SEO. Tons of other folks calling out algorithm updates and so on. I wish I could call out all of these answers, so thank you for participating in that, but it's just good to get us thinking about, you know, where we stand when it comes to these platform updates. The other reason why I did this is, if you notice, all of the answers that I called out, none of them were really the same. Everyone kind of has different perspectives and different experiences with these platform updates so far. So while we provide these general best practices throughout this webinar, think about how it can apply to your specific situation. So it's okay if you're totally new to this or an advanced marketer. We'll make it friendly for all levels. So let's just talk through how the digital landscape has evolved. So digital advertising is growing at a rapid pace. We know that, that's no secret. But just a few stats to call out here. 62% of advertising in the past year was online. So it is growing at a rate of about 8.4% even this year. Social media marketing also makes up 33% of all digital ad spending. And if you're not running a search or social PPC campaign, you probably want to join in on that, because 65% of small to medium-sized businesses have been running PPC campaigns, so odds are your competition likely is as well. And 45% of businesses have paid search in their strategy as well. So it's definitely a growing industry that's still thriving and evolving. So you definitely want to try to be on track as much as you can with that. And through the last year or two, we probably see AI lead most of that. So 45% of growing businesses believe that AI will improve their marketing and sales. So it is something that might be worth embracing for your business if you haven't yet. And it also has been seen to and expected to improve productivity. So the majority of growing businesses, small businesses, and so on are already embracing AI. So if you're not yet comfortable with AI, that's okay, but now is the time to start thinking about how you can incorporate it into your strategy. So let's start diving into these major search updates, and we're going to start first with the automatic ad placements and AI overviews. So Google recently announced a wider release of AI overviews in search results, formerly known as SGE, or the search generative experience. Now, Google is testing automatically placed search, Performance Max, and shopping ads in AI overview boxes. The ads will show up in a block labeled sponsored to separate them from organic and AI-derived content. Google will place these ads automatically when they match the intent of both the query and the AI overview, and advertisers don't need to take any action to target on these placements. With that, I'll toss it to Jenna. What are your thoughts here with the AI overviews in ads?
Yeah, so real quick too, we're going to be saying AI a million times today. I think when we think about AI overall, we think about the fact that it's not that you're competing with AI, you're competing with marketers using AI. So you need to be thinking about how are you utilizing it as a tool. So here with ads and AI overview, advertisers can basically now reach customers in new moments of exploration on search with these integrated ads that are relevant to both the AI overview content and the search query that a user is searching. We're also seeing now that more search queries, instead of being 1 or 2 words, are actually sentences. So that's how people are using the product and are searching now. So they're much longer searches. Search and shopping ads will be relevant to both the AI overview content and the user's search query, basically providing new opportunities for you as an advertiser to engage with potential customers. The key benefits are you can reach consumers within a new journey of discovery on search. So with generative AI, people are searching in entirely new ways and finding more helpful answers to these complex questions. So that's what I was touching on when I was saying, yeah, the searches are much longer and ads will now be integrated directly into the AI overview. And then second, you can go beyond matching ads to keyword queries. So AI overviews highlight the most helpful options so people can figure out what path to take next. So basically your ad will match against the AI overview content and the search query to ensure it's as relevant as possible. And then basically you're able to find more qualified customers and shorten the path to purchase. Now the path to purchase, it used to be kind of, we used to talk about funnels. It's much more complex. We think about it kind of in a infinity symbol almost way, where people now aren't just searching for what they want and purchasing. They're typically, you might see a YouTube video and then see an ad and then Google search the company. And then you might go to Google Maps and look at the location and if it's in store, and then you might purchase. So this path to purchase is very complicated, especially now. So we're trying to find ways for you to find more of these qualified customers and shorten that. And they can basically, people can take action more quickly when they learn about the things your business can help with.
Thank you, Jenna. Now moving on to our next update here, we're seeing AI-powered personalized recommendations and advice as well. So Google is using AI to speed along shoppers' decision-making processes for large or complicated purchases by offering personalized product recommendations. Google uses the example of someone shopping for a storage space. The user would search for short-term storage and click on a relevant ad. They would then enter a guided shopping experience where they could answer questions and provide a photo of what they wanted to store. Google's AI reviews the details and suggests the right size storage unit and related items like packing materials. The user then clicks through the product page on the business's website to finalize their purchase. Jenna, do you want to expand on this, please?
Yeah, sure. So your search ad can now be more than an offer. It can be this interactive and AI-powered experience, providing more personalized recommendations that really sets the bar for what a helpful ad can be. This allows you to unlock new ways to express demand. So it creates an end-to-end experience where customers can share more about what they want through multimodal inputs, and then allows you to connect with customers earlier in their journey. So what I mentioned before about the path to purchase and the complex journey, you want to connect with them earlier in their journey and help customers really earlier in their decision-making process by providing information they need at the beginning of the purchase journey. And then you will be able to provide tailored recommendations, right? Drive more sales with recommendations tailored to the unique needs of your customers.
Great, thank you, Jenna. And for our next update here, we are also seeing AI creative asset production for Performance Max campaigns. Now, Google announced more features and tools to help advertisers create Performance Max campaign assets faster and at scale. These new features include the ability to add brand guidelines for colors, fonts, and imagery, image editing that's used to add and extend backgrounds, add objects, and alter images to sizes to fit multiple ad placements. Think of adding a plant and expanding the wall for a furniture ad. Auto generation of ads from product feed is also a possibility now in asset level conversion metrics as well. So you'll be able to see conversion metrics for individual assets within your Performance Max campaigns. And with that, I'll hand it off to Jenna for this one.
Yeah, so before I get into this, Performance Max and Demand Gen. So Performance Max is one of our hero products, and it used to, within Performance Max, has smart shopping, dynamic search ads, local service ads, all those got absorbed by Performance Max. And then Demand Gen is a newer one of our products, which includes what was formerly discovery ads, and then as well as video action campaigns. So these are more visual ad products. Performance Max does include search, but it's more of a visual product. And we've basically upgraded the underlying technology for asset generation, so it's built specifically for advertising. This was done by tuning our models with performance data that includes your specific industry. And then combined with your data, these are the core ingredients to help you generate high quality performative creative. 63% of advertisers who use asset generation when creating a PMAX campaign are 63% more likely to publish a campaign with good or excellent ad strength. And we know ad strength is vital, especially for these visual type of campaigns like Performance Max, Demand Gen, YouTube. Creative is really, really important. And this allows you to improve the ad strength.
Great, thank you, Jenna. And along the lines of different campaigns that we're talking about here, switching back to shopping campaigns, we're also seeing AI-enhanced shopping ads. So shopping ads get another layer of AI treatment with several upgrades to create a more immersive shopping experience. For example, we're seeing a virtual try-on for apparel. Google is expanding its virtual try-on, or VTO as it's now known, experience to apparel ads. Beginning with men's and women's tops, users will be able to see how individual styles look on different body types. We're also seeing 3D product images using Adidas brand sneakers as an example. Google showed off that new 360-degree shoe views that can be featured in ads. Google generates the 3D views using images provided by the seller. And now this may end up being a popular option for the narrow band of PPCers that can use it. However, it'll be interesting to see how many holiday ads get this treatment. But also, we're seeing in-ad short-form product videos too. Advertisers can now incorporate short product videos created by the brand or by influencers into ads. The videos will be clickable and interactive, letting shoppers view related products and get styling suggestions. The ads will include product details under each video. Jenna, I'll toss it to you.
Yeah, so I love this feature. I don't know if you've ever used basically Google Lens to search a Google product by or search a product by image. I do this all the time. So shopping ads are now in visual search results. So let's say you see someone's shoes you like, or in this case, a luggage, and then you take a photo and drop it in Google search. It will then show you variations of this product. I often do this with shoes that I really like, and it'll show me like a bunch of different shoes, some cheaper. Furniture it's really good for. So basically it's a great way to see shopping ads, and now they're included in this visual search. Some of the benefits are there's multiple ways to visually search, right? Search for what you want and you see in the real world. All you do is point your phone's camera, or you can even just, if you have an Android, you just circle what you see on your Android phone screen and it'll automatically pull up the search and you're able to see products. You can also turn visual interest into an instant purchase. So shopping ads in visual search results allow you to showcase your products when they're relevant to the photos and screenshots that people search with. And then you make buying effortless, right? This is really easy. Like I said, as a user of the product myself, ads will be at the top of the search results and automatically include assets that you've already provided Google Ads.
Thank you, Jenna. Now, also wanted to touch on the conversational experience in Google Ads. So in a move to improve the quality of data used to guide AI outputs, Google announced that its Ads Data Manager platform is coming out of beta testing and now widely available. The Ads Data Manager lets advertisers aggregate first-party data from sources like YouTube, Google Ads, HubSpot, and Shopify to make it more visible and actionable. The platform also acts as a check engine light to help make sure marketers are using data safely and responsibly. Jenna, back to you.
Yeah, so now when an advertiser wants to create ads, you can use AI directly in Google Ads to ask it to create the headlines, the descriptions, or help you even create those strong assets. This is really important for small business advertisers as they build their first campaigns. So 63% of them have strong ads because of this feature, and we know that this has a 12% uplift in their performance on average. If we go to the next slide, this is what it looks like in the UI itself on the right. So it allows you to effortlessly create optimized campaigns with good or excellent ad strength. With just one URL from your website, you can get the ideal campaign setup from the start, completed with the right broad match keywords and assets. And then you can partner with Google AI directly in Google Ads. And then you can simply just chat with AI to get ideas for new keywords and text and image creative Google will draw from your website and existing assets, and you can review everything before saving your ad. You're using it for inspiration. Again, this is everything existing in one place in the UI.
Great,
And
thank you,
then,
Jenna. Go ahead.
yeah, so here you can showcase your images, videos, and promotions. Sellers can now basically create a brand profile for search. So this includes branded imagery, product deals, videos, and more. It will serve as a companion to Google Business Profile, where local shoppers will be able to find local information on search and on maps. And ads will continue to appear on the page along with the brand profile. Some of the benefits are, right, you can connect with shoppers. More than 40% of shopping searches mentioned a brand or retailer, and you can connect and engage with these shoppers. You can increase your engagement and attract customers with imagery and videos, customer reviews, deals and promos, and helpful information like shipping and return policies. And it allows you to stand out on Google search. When customers search for your brand, they can see your profile on Google search.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna. Now we're going to move on here to a few more critical updates not specific to search. So we'll talk about features and releases related to everything digital marketing beyond just the search engine results page. So some Google and some Facebook here. So first, we're going to discuss the improvements to lookalike audiences. Now, lookalike audiences have evolved a ton, and I'll let Jenna expand on that here.
Yeah, so remember I touched on demand gen before, which as a reminder is discovery or formally discovery and video action campaigns. And lookalike segments are really unique to demand gen and allow you to find new audiences similar to your existing customers. Now with lower thresholds and more audience insight, you can use the list that you have. So think about someone who's maybe a past purchaser or emails that you've collected on your email list. You can also use a list of users who converted on your social media campaigns. So this allows you more flexibility. You can find new audiences similar to your existing customers. The minimum required list size went from 1,000 to just 100 users. There's more audience insights. You can get critical insights on your lookalike segments. So you can get affinity categories in market categories, age, demo, gender, devices, and more. And these insights will help you understand campaign performance and then inform decisions for optimization. You can also test new audiences. So take action on these new insights to identify brand new high value audiences you haven't explored. For example, an outdoor gear brand that sells stainless steel tumblers might be surprised to find that their lookalike segment is primarily made up of teens and fashionistas because the tumbler is trending as a new status symbol. We all know which tumbler that is.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you, Jenna, for that. Now, moving on to new profit optimization goals in Performance Max. Advertisers will be able to optimize ads for profit goals in Performance Max campaigns. Jenna, back to you on this one.
Yeah, so you can track your account's optimization between 0 and 100 optimization score, and you can implement AI-driven recommendations with estimated impact for measurable improvements. Earlier, remember I said Local IQ is a premier partner, and they actually have to maintain over 70% optimization score for all of their customers. So they will make sure your account has this high performance. This allows you to see where you stand and take action, right? It helps you understand where there's potential to drive more growth with the AI essentials, and you can make progress by applying recommendations in just a few clicks. This is really user-friendly. I know there was a question around like complexity of the Google Ads products. So all of these that we're going through are really helpful for small businesses. There's also real-time personalization based on your goals. So recommendation cards are served to you based on real-time account data, so you know which AI essentials to prioritize for best performance for your specific account and goals. And then it shows the impact. So each recommendation actually displays the estimated score uplift in the right corner. And we observe that advertisers who increase their account level optimization score by at least 10 points saw an average of a 15% increase in conversions.
Great. Thank you, Jenna. Do you want to, I'll cover this one, right? Go ahead. Okay. Cool. So we're also going to touch on new visually immersive ad formats and features like clickable stickers created from existing image assets, allowing users to swipe left on a branded YouTube landing page, and AI-generated animations based on static images. So Google shared that it's expanding its demand gen video ad campaigns by adding new options for advertisers. These features include the list that I just mentioned here, but again, I know Jenna has been talking a lot about the expansions to demand gen campaigns, and this is just another example of that. We're also going to touch on cohesive first-party data here. So remember that first-party data is the data that you own or you hold as a company. So it's data that you collect and hold as your own data from your own business. So in a move to improve the quality of data used to guide AI outputs, Google announced that its AI Data Manager, again, is coming out of beta testing for the platform. So again, just a reminder that this data manager lets advertisers aggregate first-party data sources from those platforms like YouTube, Google Ads, HubSpot, Shopify. So again, you're able to just kind of like better organize and feed in your first-party data so that you get better results from your Google advertising experience. So now we're going to move on to some of those lovely Facebook ads and Meta ads updates. So now I know we spent a lot of time on Google ads, but equally as important are your social ads as well. So you want to be really running search ads and social ads together in tandem to fill in any gaps that either of the platforms might cause for your business. So that way you have a more holistic multi-channel marketing strategy. And that's why we bundled those together in the same presentation. With that, I'll get us started here with just how Meta has expanded its e-commerce ad options. So for any e-commerce brands on the call, it has integrated with Magento and Salesforce Commerce Cloud for shopping ads. New features include reminder ads, ads with product tags on Facebook, and enhanced collaborative ads. Promo codes are now globally available in Facebook and Instagram ads, aiming to improve conversion rates as well. So just a few more ways that you can promote any sales, promo codes, and so on if you are promoting products on Facebook or Instagram. We're also going to talk through Meta Generative AI for ads. So similar to how Google has enabled a lot of new AI features and tools so that you can create more assets for your ads on search and other Google channels, you can do the same thing on the Meta ads platform. So for example, these new tools allow advertisers to create full ad images with text overlays using their existing creative assets. The Advantage Plus tools are designed to simplify the production of ad variations, ensuring the creative process adheres to your brand guidelines. Meta is also enhancing its AI-driven text generation capabilities to include ad headlines along with primary text. This update responds to advertisers' requests for more diverse suggestions that better align with their brand values and product selling points. The new generative AI tools utilize assets that advertisers already have. As illustrated by Meta below, you can see Meta here, as you can see. You can take an existing photo of a coffee cup and have Meta generate the variations, such as depicting the cup surrounded by coffee beans and leaves. This method ensures that the new images stay true to your brand's aesthetic. So also along with that, we're also seeing Meta AI integrated into responding to customers and messages, so you can generate post comments and so on. New AI features help generate post comment suggestions and enhance product copy and create community chat topics. Some of the other updates include the Imagine feature that allows users to generate and share images, while Reimagine enables a collaborative image creation in group chats. So a lot going on in terms of communication on Meta with AI, which is really exciting. And then we're also seeing Meta help you manage your customer DMs with AI. So one of the most interesting new features is an AI-powered Q&A function within Meta advertising and Meta messaging, Facebook Messenger. This feature will take into consideration the questions your brand receives most on Messenger. So it kind of helps you streamline answering some of those messages that you might be getting from customers. So I know that was a ton to get through, a lot of information. I mean, I've been in the digital marketing game for quite some time now, and even for me, this is a ton to take in, tons of platform updates, tons of changes. So with that being said, totally okay if you feel like you need to spend more time with any of these topics, and we'll dive into Q&A in just a few minutes. But for everyone on this call, if there's anything that I want you to walk away with here, we'll just go through a few thought starters. what you need to know about these critical search and social updates. So kind of the main takeaways here is pace yourself. We went through a lot of different platform updates and changes, and it's easy to get excited and take advantage of every new update, but you want to be considerate of what features might be best for your business. So it might not always be, the one that you want to try first. Maybe you need to ease your way into it. Maybe it's going to take a little bit of trial and error and test. And maybe you try a new feature and it doesn't work out. That's okay too. The point is to have an open mind and to, take baby steps to ease your way into trying some of these new platform updates. Also, make sure you're able to accurately measure your results throughout testing these new features. So while bells and whistles may create more clicks, it can also cause an increase in cost per lead. So you really kind of just have to balance your priorities there too. So using performance benchmarks, which we just released, Facebook ads benchmarks that went live on Monday, definitely check it out. Exclusive industry data there if you're curious to see on average how much Facebook ads or meta advertising could cost your business. Also, we do have that same data, which is exclusive to us as well, over for Google Ads benchmarks as well. So check out our Google Ads benchmarks. We go through all the average cost by industry for search ads, click-through rates, and so on. So we have a few reports on this, a few benchmarks that you can base your metrics off of as you're measuring these new features. Also, be sure to benchmark yourself as you're going, right? So take note of where you're currently at in your performance and how trying out these new features may positively or negatively impact those. And again, I kind of mentioned weighing your priorities there, but if you're, depending on what your goal is, if you're getting more clicks and that's your primary goal, then you might not mind, a slight increase in your cost per lead or whatnot. Or for example, if those leads are of higher value to you, it might be worth a higher cost per lead. So just trying to weigh out those options there is really, really important. So just measurement and tracking is just the name of the game with any of these updates. Also, I kind of alluded to this with these last 2 points, but if you've attended any of our past webinars, I love to say this at the end, is just always, always, always have a backup plan. It's so true. You need to be ready to pivot and flex. I've worked with a lot of different businesses and a lot of different advertisers, and it's really easy to slip into the habit of wanting to be married to one set strategy. And that's not always, the best way to go. I know I've seen, plenty of folks, have a campaign that works out great for them for so many years, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out. That's okay. It's time to pivot and try out different strategies. So be open-minded, be willing to try these new updates and these new strategies, and be ready to pivot. Think about, if I do try out this new feature, this update, and it works out great, awesome. What am I going to do next? Am I going to scale that? And am I going to ride that out? If I try this new update and it doesn't perform how I want, how am I going to pivot? What's my backup plan? What other platforms or other channels am I running to, complement that or supplement that in the meantime? Things like that. You just kind of want to be thinking ahead with your digital marketing. So again, with that, I know it was a ton of information. We're going to go ahead and launch a poll on your screen. And folks, I saw a lot of questions coming in about specific industries, specific businesses. This is your time to shine. Hit yes on that poll. If you have specific questions about your business, or specific questions about your unique industry or your unique business, this is why we have that poll on the screen, because of course, we can't answer every single question on the remainder of this call, especially just on an individual basis. If you have individual questions, we're going to try and answer the questions that are more general that can in fact inform the rest of the group here. So if you do have specific questions, that's why this poll is on your screen. I know it was a lot of information. So if you want to speak with an expert one-on-one at a time of your choosing, go ahead and hit yes on that poll. And once you answer that poll, it's going to take over your entire screen. So once you answer it, just sit back and relax. We're going to switch into the audio portion of the webinar. So again, there is no more slides. We're just going to be talking through the Q&A. We'll switch into the Q&A here in just a second, but just again, a reminder, this poll is here if you have more questions. I know it was a lot of information, and I know a lot of you have questions about your own unique business. So we're just going to leave that up on the screen there. So feel free to answer and just sit back and relax. And Jenna, there are a ton of questions coming in. So if you haven't yet submitted your questions for the Q&A, now is your time to do so. And I'm going to try and answer as many as we can. If you have more questions for Jenna, definitely add those into So let's see, tons of questions coming in here. Let's see, if you haven't added your questions yet, definitely be sure to do so. Let's see. Someone had asked if videos in search ads are open for any type of industry. That is true. You can work videos into your search ads no matter your industry. So definitely a great question there. Just want to cover that off the bat. A couple of other questions here. For folks using, let's see, just reading through all of your questions. You all have so many questions today. It's great. I love to see this. And it's understandable. We covered a lot. So do we know, Jenna, if ads will be positioned below community generated results or the SGE results, or they're worked into the results, is my understanding of how you described it, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I believe it's under like the response, like if you right now when you search something, and there's an AI generated response, under that at this point is where the sponsored content is.
Thank you, Jenna. And another quick question for you from Brian, and totally fine if you don't have an answer on this, but is there any data around how many ads are currently being served in the search generative experience? Is there any sort of information around that of like how many ads would be shown there, or what percentage of ads are already being shown in there, or any plans around that? Totally fine if you
don't know off the top of my head. That's absolutely something I can look up though and send in the follow-up.
Great, thank you, Jenna. Great questions coming in, and if you haven't yet added your questions, I've seen a few more here. So we had a couple folks ask, this is interesting, Jenna, I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Do we need to use enhanced conversion tracking, or is normal conversion normal conversion goals okay to use? I feel like moving to enhanced conversion tracking is really where some of these features will start to shine and where the space is moving towards. Would you recommend moving to enhanced conversion tracking?
Everybody should absolutely be doing enhanced conversions. It's really important for your measurement to be able to capture all of the accurate conversions. And it has an impact on search, but once you start expanding and start using video, I want to say the stat, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure the stat last I heard was 12% increase in conversions with enhanced conversions. We absolutely recommend that it should be a part of your measurement solution. And that's actually something Local IQ and I worked on together to ensure all of their customers have that set up.
Great answer there, Jenna, and thanks for mentioning that too. Really amazing that all of the Local IQ customers are able to use enhanced conversion tracking, because agreed, I mean, that stat speaks for itself. It shows a lift in conversions, which is ultimately what we want to see. I got a question in from David here, and I'll just answer that, cover this one for the group. He asked, how do you determine industry and company cost per lead? Well, as I just mentioned in the key takeaways, I would highly recommend you can type in WordStream, Google Ads benchmarks, Facebook Ads benchmarks, and our results will show up. We just recently released very up-to-date 2024 reports for the industry averages by industry for Google Ads and Facebook Ads for all different metrics, including cost per lead and cost per click. So if you're unsure how to determine your average industry cost per lead or cost per click on Google Ads or Facebook Ads, we have that information available for free on our websites, on both the Local IQ and WordStream websites. So if you aren't sure how to determine that, go ahead and head to those reports, and you'll be able to see an average that you can use as a guideline and a baseline to kind of work off of. And there's tons of information on there of like how you can increase that, how you can check your own performance, and so on. So great question there, David. Thanks for asking that one. Let's see, any other questions coming in here? A lot more industry-specific questions I'm seeing come in again. So again, if you haven't yet answered that poll, we're going to leave that up on the screen for you to do so. Lots of questions around the cost of different features as well. Again, it's going to be varying based on your business and your budget and so on. So again, that's another one that's more specific to your unique situation, but great questions there. Great, so tons more questions. I wish we could answer all of them. Let's see. Someone else asked one good question that I'd be interested to get your thoughts on, Jenna. They asked, how can you improve ad rank? Does it matter like the types of keywords they're using in unison with their ads? Of course, we want the keywords and ads to match up, but do you have any other advice for ad rank improvement, Jenna?
Yeah, so for ad rank, there's a combination of things, some which are out of our control, right? That some of it is just what are users searching and competitors and what they're paying. Others are absolutely with our control when we think about how do we have strong ads. I talked a bit about ad strength. We want to make sure that Google's mission is to show the most relevant ads to the users and basically get them the solutions that they're looking for. So to have higher ad rank, it needs to be relevant, meaning that you're using keywords, broad match keywords ideally that are attached and you can use the keyword planner to find these keywords, but that are similar to what's on your landing page, making sure that you have strong ad strength, you have relevant headlines and descriptions. You can use the AI tools we talked about today to create those, making sure that you have smart bidding on and that you are utilizing enhanced conversions. All these things add up together to make sure that you have a strong ad rank and that you're showing. And like I said, some are in your control, some aren't. You just want to make sure you have these best practices. The Opti score or optimization score I talked about being between 0 and 100. The closer you are to 100, you can guess that your ad strength is probably going to be better because it's optimizing to make sure that you have high performing ads.
1000%. Thank you for clarifying that, Jenna. Again, I wish I could answer all of your questions. Great questions. Thank you all for joining. Give yourselves a pat on the back for showing up today to improve your marketing. We do these webinars monthly, so we have another one later this month, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Jenna, thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you, an honor. And thank you everyone for joining us as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day. You'll get the materials in your inbox later today, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks everyone.
Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.